Welcome students. Last lecture we discussed about cascading style sheet CSS. Now we will discuss about JavaScript, the second part of chapter 2. Now what is JavaScript and why we need JavaScript? So the first thing is the web pages created without JavaScript and using only HTML are static web page. They remain as it is even after 10 days or 1 year. When user moves mouse over such web page, the web page doesn't change at all, or there is no response from the web page. So basic HTML web pages are static web page, but you know that nowadays websites are very interactive. And to add this interactivity in your website and to include better visual design in your web page, you need to include some programming language in your web page. So Netscape developed JavaScript, which is a scripting language, which is not a programming language, but it's a scripting language. Now, what is JavaScript then? So it's a scripting language which is simple and lightweighted programming language. It doesn't have any advanced programming concept, but still it has some programming so that you can include it in your web page and your web page will not become so bulky. JavaScript is used in web pages to main purpose is to improve the design and validate the form. Now this validate the form is important for us because we study how to create form in chapter 1 and we discussed that time also that the form created using HTML simple form does not validate your data. Now we need our data to be validated before the form is submitted. So how that form will come to know that whether we have entered 2 passwords and both are same or not, whether we have selected particular option from the given list or not, whether we have given username of proper length or not. So all these things can be checked using JavaScript. So we will see JavaScript for adding validation in our web page. And the main activity of JavaScript or the main area of application of JavaScript is to validate form. So most common form of JavaScript application today is client-side form script, which runs inside a web browser. When I say client-side form script, means the script which runs in our computer. When I open a Gmail registration form to open a Gmail account, so there is a form which asks me for the user first name, last name, user ID, password, and other things. This particular is a form. If I am entering wrong password, if I am entering something, some email ID or user ID which is already taken by somebody, then form will come to know, and how it will come to know is through JavaScript. Now form validation, what we can do using form validation. So these are the points you can see. Already you have this PPT on YouTube, so you can easily read from there also, but you can validate everything, and we are going to practically see how all this validation is done in JavaScript. How to write JavaScript code. A code runs from within the HTML web pages, that is JavaScript code. So the JavaScript code can be put directly into the web page. It can be included in the HTML file. The JavaScript code is written between script and slash script. As you remember, CSS style sheet code is written between style and slash style. JavaScript is written between script and slash script. And lines written between script and slash script are considered to be JavaScript program. There will not be any HTML tag. Once browser reads script tag, it will start interpreting everything as JavaScript code, so there cannot be any HTML tag in between. And once the slash script tag is encountered, it will start considering it as a, again, HTML tag and web page normal. JavaScript is case sensitive, very important to remember. HTML is not case sensitive. In HTML, if you write script tag in capital letter or small letter or in mixed letter, it is okay. As far as the script spelling is script, but in JavaScript, whatever commands we are writing, all those commands are case sensitive. Wherever there is capital letter, it has to be capital. Wherever there is small letter, it has to be small letter. So remember, practicing JavaScript requires little concentration and care. JavaScript can be placed inside head section as well as inside the body section. The script tag tells browser that now JavaScript code or any scripting code starts. This is the simple example of a JavaScript code written in head section script, and between slash script there is document.write, and within bracket double inverted comma one word is written. Document.write sends the data to the screen and it displays on screen. So this is very simple. You know that if you want to display any word on web page, there is no need to use this. You can directly write in body tag and that will be displayed on the web page. But this is just a simple example to make you understand that what all this means. Here write is a method. Everything in any programming language, not only in JavaScript, but any programming language, anything followed by bracket is called method or function. String is something which is written within double inverted comma. Again, this is true for every programming language. Semicolon at the end of the statement is optional. It indicates it's a mark of separation rather than termination. Means if you are writing multiple statements, JavaScript statement on same line, then it must be separated by semicolon. But if you are writing every statements on a new line, you may omit writing semicolon. But it's a good practice to put semicolon at the end of every statement. Statement can be grouped together in a block which starts with curly bracket, open curly bracket and closing curly bracket. We will see that practically. What is a function in JavaScript? A function, which is also known as routine or method, is a reusable code. Reusable, remember, it's a reusable code which you can use as many times you want to use, and it performs particular task. A function is defined by the keyword function. In JavaScript, if you want to create a function, the function begins with the keyword function and followed by the name of the function. The block of code is written inside curly bracket. JavaScript provides some inbuilt functions also. Inbuilt, you understand. Inbuilt functions are the functions which are readily available to user. It is written by the by who has created the JavaScript. They already prepared some functions ready to use. So those functions are inbuilt functions. There is a function called alert function or alert method, you can say. Alert function or method takes the text and displays it on alert box. Screen पर एक alert box में आवे. So whenever you might have seen many attempts, some message comes on screen with OK button. So that's an alert box where it wants the user reads this message and then clicks on the OK button. So that is a function in JavaScript. Still more about function in JavaScript. A function will be executed by an event or when it is called inside a source code. So function, when if you create a function but until you call that function is of no use. So a function gets executed only when certain event occurs or when it is called from the source program. A function can be called from anywhere within the source code. A function is called by its name, so you must know the name of the function. And again remember, the name of the function is also case sensitive. A function can take a value inside the parenthesis. When we are calling a function, we might send some value within the bracket, and this value is passed as a parameter to the function. If we want function to return some value, then we must use return statement before function. These all things will be a bit confusing right now, but once we will see it practical, everything will be cleared. Now, what is an event? Event matlab ghatna. Whenever user does something on web page, everything or whatever user does on web page is called an event. If I click somewhere on web page, it's an event. If I click on submit button, it's an event. If I type my username, it's an event. If I delete my username, it's an event. So event means anything user does on web page which causes the browser to generate an event. In other words, when user does something, an event takes place. Now in Java, for every event, there is an event handler. An event handler will take care of the event. So when you must be knowing, even without web page, you know that when you open any program and when you move your mouse on file menu, so the file menu gets highlighted. So that's called event. And there is a program written for that event, that when user's mouse comes on this particular word, that word must get highlighted. So that is event and event handler. So now let's let's see one simple program of JavaScript and to understand that what is the power of JavaScript. So this is a simple code. Even it includes the CSS also, cascading style sheet also. This is cascading style sheet, which we already seen. That is, now here selector is h1 and in curly bracket we have properties and values. But we are now focusing on JavaScript and this code. B is for bold tag. So I'm making something bold, and this code is called inline code. So there is no script tag required. Here, this is inline code. Inline code means the code is written within a HTML tag. Now you see here the first thing, on mouse over. Observe the capital and small. The custom is every word first letter would be capital except first word. If your command or the event is made up of more than one words, then except first word, rest of the words will have first character capital. So on mouse over is an event. Now is equal to means what browser will do when this event occurs. So what browser will do? So document.bg color is equal to red. Means the background color of document will become red. Again in BG color, C is capital, and the spelling of color also you observe, it is American spelling without U. At the end you see this 3 inverted commas. That is double inverted comma is ending this double inverted comma of red, and single inverted comma is which we started here. So remember, it's not 3 inverted comma, it is double inverted comma and then single inverted comma. Semicolon, because we want to write still one more statement. Space, you don't press enter here, you keep typing, let it come down if it is coming down, or if it is not coming down, let it be on the same line. On mouse out, that is another event. When mouse moves away from certain place, what we want to do is document.bg color is equal to white. So we want to make the background color white. Bracket over, that is B tag gets over here. B tag which started from here gets over here. And then red. And then /B and /BR. Saving this file, and let's see what happens to this when we open this file. In browser, when we open this file, it will display this thing. Now observe my mouse movement. I'm reducing the size of the browser so that you can easily see this. As my mouse touches the red word, the screen became red. The background color became red. And as it moves out of red, it again becomes white. This is because of the event on mouse over and on mouse out. On mouse over, on mouse out, over and out. This is how JavaScript is useful. You can see by writing simple code, you can see that it changes your web page into a dynamic web page. So this is what JavaScript can do for you. Let us come back to the PPT. So this is what JavaScript again, event. So now you must have understand what is an event. Last point is very important. Event handler names are kept the same as the name of the event. Event is mouse out, mouse over, all these are event. Click, double click, all these are event. And their event handler names are kept same just by appending on it. For example, click event will have event handler as on click. Mouse over will have on mouse over. Mouse out will have on mouse out. And there are many such events. Here in this on click, C should be capital, which is not. C capital is not there. That is my typing mistake, but it has to be capital. So these are the different events: about event, blur event, click event, change event, error event, focus event. All these events are given in textbook also. Load event, mouse out event, mouse over. Again, the over spelling is wrongly typed over here. Reset event, select event, submit event, unload event, and load event. So these are the different events available. There are many other events also, but these are some of the events which are highlighted in the textbook. Now, what is a variable in JavaScript, or rather in any programming language? Remember, today's lecture will be very helpful when we start Java programming language, because the concept of programming remains same throughout every programming language. So a variable is a container for storing data. When you want your program to remember something, we create a variable and we store data in that. As in maths, we say suppose x is equal to 10. So x is a variable and we are storing 10 in that variable. Variables in JavaScript are again case sensitive. So you may have two variables with the same name, small a and capital A. For JavaScript, they are different. Variables can store numbers, string, or text. It can store anything. In JavaScript, we can declare a variable using var keyword. But again, remember, it is totally optional to write var. As you see in the example, var x is equal to 3. I'm creating variable x and I'm assigning value 3. var y is equal to hello. I'm creating variable y and assigning value hello. Since it is a string, it is written within double inverted comma, whereas x is equal to 3 is a number, so 3 is not written within inverted comma. If I put 3 within double inverted comma, it assigns 3 to x, but then it doesn't remain number. So you can't perform mathematical operation on such variable where you assign value within double inverted comma. It becomes string. So all these three examples, you can avoid writing var. It is by default understood by JavaScript. So even if you don't write var, it is totally optional. But remember that a variable is a container which stores some data, some information throughout the program's execution. If statement, if is a conditional statement. We say that if there is rain, we need umbrella. So it's a conditional. આમ થશે તો આમ કરવાનું, જો આમ નહીં થાય તો બીજું કંઈ કરવાનું. So that is a conditional statement with only two possible answers, true or false. It is used to change the flow of the program. In programming language, if is used to change the flow of the program. You come across a particular point in your program where you have to take decision. Here it shows simple example where if expression, where you write expression, for example, if x greater than 5, and then in curly bracket you write some statements, what you want to do when x is actually greater than 5. Here we have not mentioned else, but if you write else means if value is wrong, then what you want to do. So you mention that. So if else is a conditional statement. Once this is working, if you are practicing this code at home, then you can copy this and then paste it. You know that we are very good at copy paste. And now what we do is here red we change to green. This message also we change to green. Here we say blue and blue. Save this and we come back to browser and let's see what happens now. We have now 3 words written. Refresh the page. Red, green and blue now. If I move my mouse on red word, screen becomes red. If I move my mouse on green word, it becomes green. And on blue, it becomes blue. And when it becomes blue, you can see that welcome to JavaScript message is disappearing because its color is also blue. So red, green, blue. So such Diwali light disco light you can prepare using JavaScript. We will see this example is not in the textbook. This is just to explain you the power of JavaScript. Now next lecture we will see how we can validate our form. Validation means how we can check whether username is correct, whether passwords are same, whether user has selected city, whether user has selected at least one hobby, gender selection is done or not, pin code is entered, is properly entered or not. All this thing of like validation of our form which we have created in chapter 1, we will be doing it in next lecture. Remember, any form in the world, whichever website, any form in the world is incomplete if it is not having any validation. If there is no validation, then user can enter any value in that particular field. So every form on internet has a validation in it. So I hope you understood the introduction of JavaScript. Please refer to the tutorial on YouTube also. Till next lecture, stay safe. Goodbye.